You are about to enjoy an It Takes Three Network podcast.
Some oysters, ma'am?
Oh, no, I don't do oysters. If I'm going to swallow something that disgusting, there better be something in it for me.
All right, well, welcome back to Let's Talk OC, an OC podcast. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Liz.
And we're so glad you're joining us this week. Hope everybody's doing well and okay on, well, it's week 2 for me for quarantine. Liz, what week are you on?
This is technically the start of week 1 for me because I did work on Friday and now come Monday, that was my first day of like really not going to work. But
yeah, how's it going?
Weird. But also, like, I feel like I'm on, like, spring break from college where I'm like, I don't have to do shit. I'm like, I just can wake up whenever, even though it's terrible because I should be getting into, like, a routine of doing stuff, which I will. I have 30 days to do this, so I'm sure I'll figure something out. But it's been weird. It's just been weird. I'm sure you guys all feel the same way.
I know, we're all in the same boat together. So we hope that we can bring some escape and some enjoyment as we discuss the OC every week for you.
Yeah.
All right, so this week we're discussing Season 3, Episode 15, The Heavy Lifting, original air date February 9th, 2006, written by Stephanie Savage and directed by Ian Toynton.
He's doing a lot these days.
I know. Johnny's death forces everyone to deal with their problems and face the reality of what is going on. Ooh, Lissy, what did you think?
God. I liked this episode.
You do?
Yeah, I definitely felt like lots of layers were being like pulled off of people and like their true colors were showing a little bit.
Agreed.
And it was good. I really enjoyed it.
Did you remember it?
Yeah, I don't remember Sadie coming this quickly, but now that she's here, I'm like, oh yeah, like we get the cousin, and yeah, I remember some things, but I remember mostly things with Marissa, but everyone else, like I didn't really remember what was going on at this point, so it's good to see.
It's funny because, you know, like I said, I always say Season 3 is the least watched season I have ever really went through with this show. And there's certain details of this episode that I remembered, like Johnny's funeral, well, the memorial service that they do. And for some, I don't know why, but I always remember the outfit Sadie is wearing when she's unpacking her car with boxes.
Oh, really? That's funny.
Those, like, ripped boyfriend jeans with the, the green sage t-shirt. It's like, I know it by memory. I don't know why that's always stuck with me.
Huh. Interesting.
So weird. Yeah. Okay, so the episode opens. We have the core 4 in the Coens' living room. They're waiting to hear the results of what is going on with Johnny.
Yeah.
At this point, he had a head injury. He's in the hospital, and they don't know if he's going to live or if he is not going to make it.
Right. Well, they say it's severe. So, I mean, a severe head injury, regardless if he survives it or not, he's never going to be the same, you know?
Right.
So mentally, it's such a letdown for, I mean, everyone's upset, but they're trying to stay positive. However, Marissa is looking at it like the most logically.
Yeah.
And like, oh, I know how this is going to go. Like, of course, this is the way it's going to play out. So,
yeah, and Summer out of all of them, but really she's always the most positive. She's like, guys, we have to look on the bright side. And she's like, doctors are idiots. And
yeah.
Doctors are always negative, and that's why we're supposed to be positive.
Right.
And Sandy and Kirsten, they're trying to get them to eat with those beautiful bagels. And they go, Caitlin, she's in the pool house. She's been trying to rest up, and Marissa goes to check on her, and her phone rings, and Ryan picks it up. And obviously we know what the outcome is because he walks out to get Marissa, and she just starts crying and he's hugging her.
Yeah, and he doesn't even say anything on the phone. He just listens and then kind of just like puts the phone down, because who knew if like Johnny's mom hung up at that point, or if like he just couldn't even believe it and he knew Marissa was coming out to see what happened. So he just paused and they hugged, and of course, she knew right away.
Of course. And then Caitlin walks out and she's like, what happened?
Yeah.
And then we go into our intro. This was so sad. I cried a couple of times because I think I was just realistically thinking about like, oh my God, this is awful for this young person to pass away. And we've said this before, but for Marissa and her sister and Ryan to witness it.
Mm-hmm. And then you feel awful for Johnny's mom and Chili and all these people that he has affected in his life. And now it's devastating. It's a teenager, a young person that is now not here anymore.
Yeah. So Marissa shows up to Johnny's house and Chili is there. He's making tea. He's trying to help Gwen and take care of things. And Gwen has been trying to think of a funeral service, but she doesn't want a traditional.
Right. She doesn't want anything
service.
sad, no body, no priest saying
Church.
Words.
Yeah.
Right.
So Marissa, she pitches this idea about what if we do something near the water with sand? And Chili's like, yeah, no shoes. That would be very fitting for Johnny, which I thought was a really beautiful idea.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's how I would want everyone to celebrate me, you know?
Same, right? So while they're talking, we meet Sadie. She is Johnny's cousin. She shows up to the house and she says how she's here. She's here to help Gwen. And then she says, hey, are you Marissa? Under, this is bad circumstances, but it's finally nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because Marissa's like, yeah, you too. But because they just speak to each other, not even knowing who one another is. And then Sadie says, I'm Johnny's cousin. How's Gwen doing? Like, she just asks, assuming, I guess, that she's Marissa. And so that she can ask these questions.
Right.
So then they finally make their introduction. But Marissa is just like a zombie in this entire episode.
Well, can you blame her?
No,
I mean,
can't.
I have words to say as we get into it, but yeah, I'll just have to wait till we get to that part. So back at the Cohens, we have Ryan and Seth. They're in the kitchen, and Ryan is blaming himself for this, which is typical, right?
Yeah, typical Ryan.
And Seth, of course, is trying to make light of it. He's making a joke like, hey, well, at least you don't have to worry about Johnny getting in between you and Marissa. And it's like,
too soon. Way too soon.
Way too soon. Sandy's at the Newport group. He's still trying to work out this deal with the hospital. If this is like a 3-episode long.
I know. It's not necessary.
Storyline.
Not necessary.
I guess we don't know what to do with him, so give him this problem.
Right.
But he wants Matt to go out with Maya again because, now he's kind of like, all right, you schmooze Griffin's daughter. You actually like her. It's a win-win.
Mm-hmm. But Matt said that he kind of left it a little weird with her.
Yeah. Yeah, because he didn't follow through and it got weird. So while Marissa is leaving, the last scene we saw her leaving, she was heading home, but she shows up to the Newport group with forms from Gwen from the hospital that she just cannot go through them. And so she asks Sandy if he could go through it. And Matt's like, oh, hey, like, I love busy work. I can do this for you.
Yeah, I appreciated that. And did you love, like, as soon as Marissa comes in, she goes to, like, hug Sandy?
Yes.
She's like, I need a hug. I need a hug.
I know. And also he just compliments her like, hey, kid, I think you're doing
great. You're doing the best you can.
And really it's like surprising to me that it's not surprising to me. I should start over that Marissa is helping out in all ways that she can.
Right.
But also the fact of she decides like she can handle the hospital for him. She's like, oh, I'll find an adult to take care of this.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like Julie is like, oh my God, my daughter just lost someone, meaningful in her life. Let me see how I can help.
Right. No, the kid is taking it upon herself to try and still help because that's exactly who Marissa is at all times.
Yeah. We do have to mention, even though this is a somber and dark episode, it's also Valentine's Day is approaching.
Right.
Which gives us some reference of time. I know we were talking about last week, like what time of year is it? So obviously we're near.
It's mid-Feb.
It's mid-Feb. And it's approaching fast and soon. And it's tough for some and easygoing for others. Kiki and Julie are preparing their Valentine's Day new match dance.
Which is so cute.
It's so cute. And the problem is, okay, so last episode, Neil professes that he wants to be with Julie.
Right. But this episode, they confuse you again because now he doesn't.
Yeah. So it turns out he hasn't asked her to the dance. So Julie's like, I'm going to just scheme and find out why he hasn't asked me. So she shows up to his house asking for her cake knife that she left from Caitlin's birthday party. And he's like, I haven't seen it. I don't even know what that is. And she's trying to get him to bring up the dance. So he actually brings up, like, why are you here? Don't you need to be planning your Valentine's Day dance?
Yeah, and she's like, oh, you know about that.
Right, because she's like, maybe he's just aloof to it, you know? And so he's like, oh, yeah, no, I have no plans. I'm just going to stay in and read the Da Vinci Code.
She's like, at first she's like, oh, some, reading to keep up on the times of all of the medical terms and jargons and stuff. And he's like, nah, I'm just going to read the Da Vinci Code. Have you read it? She's like, no, I'm just going to go see the movie. I'm going to go.
Yeah. Kirsten, she's all excited about the dance because Valentine's Day is her favorite holiday. Let's not forget.
Right.
Kiki loves Valentine's Day. And last Valentine's Day was super shitty for her, remember, because of all the Rebecca stuff going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Sandy tried to make it up to her with the flowers and she puts it down the garbage disposal.
Yeah. Yep. Coming back to me.
Yeah. She bumps into Matt and Sandy at home. They were playing a cute little basketball game. Yeah. I think that's what they were doing.
Yeah, I think so. And Sandy's like, I guess they had a bet because Matt won like half of his pay or something like that. I forget exactly what he said.
Yeah, and they're discussing Maya. And he's expressing, this is where it comes in of like, oh, like I kind of dropped the ball with that. I didn't exactly call her right after the date to ask her for another one.
Yeah. Shitty.
Shitty. Super shitty. Even though he likes her. So like, what's your deal?
Yeah, right? Like, are you just that swamped with other things that's not a priority to you? But he screwed up and now he's suffering the consequences like any other person does after you don't call someone that you like.
Right. So PSA, if you like the person, give them a
just
call.
Give them a
call.
Games. Exactly. No games. No games necessary.
But Kirsten, she's like, oh, let me play Cupid. Like, I know that, Maya, she's not necessarily someone that would go for this dating service, but let's make a deal here. I'll get her to the dance, but Sandy, you have to get on par and get on your game with Valentine's Day. I want candies, I want candles, and I want lingerie.
Right.
Tasteful lingerie, which was like so
right, nothing see-through, nothing red, and nothing edible.
Yeah, exactly. So in return, she ends up meeting with Maya, and Maya obviously knows who she is, and she explains her situation. And Maya's like, okay, listen, at first I was pissed off about this, but this is kind of sweet that Matt is going to these lengths. I will go to the dance. Mm-hmm. So another person who's excited about Valentine's Day is Justin.
I'm like, oh, we're still doing this. He's still around.
I know, because if you don't remember, Justin was that guy that Caitlin had issues with when she came home. She stole money from his brother, but he's so hung up on her. It's kind of sweet, though, don't you think?
It is. Like, he's not giving up on her. He wants to talk about their, quote, relationship.
Yes.
And how they're both going to go back to school, and it's going to be great. And she's like, just leave, because I can't deal with this right now. And then she closes the door in his face, and he's like, are you okay? Like, he's like, oh, shit, something is going on with Caitlin.
Yeah, like he picks up on it, and he pretty much courts her this entire episode.
Yeah.
He ends up bringing her a teddy bear, something for her to cuddle for Valentine's Day. And this is where she opens up about Johnny and everything that happened. And he gives really good advice because his parents are therapists. And he's like, it's, you did everything you could. And I'm sure if he was here, Johnny would have thanked you for everything you tried to do.
Right. You did the best you could. Just like everyone in this episode, that should be like the theme. Everyone did the best they could.
Yeah. And it's really sweet. And she finally starts to loosen up and become softer towards him. And because he genuinely cares for her. And this was such a cute scene when she takes the teddy bear and they stop talking. She goes inside and he's doing this like little happy dance.
Oh my God, that was so fun. And she's, dude, I can still see you. And he's like, dude, got it.
Yeah, okay. It's really cute. Justin, you get a blue ribbon.
Yeah, he's sweet.
So Summer, she finally says something to Seth about finding his pot.
Right.
And
she's not angry about the pot.
No, she's not, because she's like, hey, listen, like, you're a late bloomer. I was, hot wiring cars
with Luke and Marissa.
Yeah. Right. And you were, building Lincoln Logs for Captain Oates. So, like, I get it. It's not the pot. It's the fact that you're lying.
Right. And you're continually lying. And this is like their biggest issue is that Seth does something and he holds off for the longest time trying to tell Summer it. And she can't take it anymore. She's like, I don't trust you. I have lost my trust for you.
And I don't blame her on this. And then, but Seth comes back with like, it doesn't matter what I say, though. I can say I'm not going to lie anymore, and you're still not going to believe me.
Right. But yeah, because there is nothing he can say at this point. He just has to, through the next months or years, try and show her that he is trustworthy and that he won't keep secrets from her. But it's Seth.
It is Seth. And this was a funny scene, too, because when she walks in, he's on his computer, and she grabs it from him, and she thinks she's going to find porn. But he's actually just organizing his Yakuza films.
Yeah.
And he's like, like many things, like masturbating and finding porn, this is also something I didn't want you to know I did.
Right. Just like that thing like your significant other does, and you're like, I know they do it. I'm just not gonna never want to see them in the act or like question it, because it's like they do that on their time.
Right. Like, I don't need to address it.
Right.
Yeah. So before Johnny's ceremony, we have Marissa and Ryan. They're in the trailer. They're trying to spend some time together, but Marissa ends up getting a call from Sadie.
Yeah. At first she thinks it's Johnny's mom, but then actually, like at this point, Ryan and Marissa haven't hung out at all. Haven't really talked about anything. They kind of just like bicker a little bit and then just leave it be. So Ryan comes to hang out, and like immediately Marissa ends up leaving.
Yeah, and she goes to the diner, and Sadie kind of tells her a little bit about herself and that she now makes jewelry and she started this little business. And Marissa's like, listen, I really need to be with my boyfriend right now, which I feel like this is the point in the episode where Marissa was like, okay, I get it. I need to be with Ryan. I need to actually talk to him. And then Sadie's all confused. She's like, boyfriend? I don't understand. I thought you and Johnny were together because he asked me to make you this necklace for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, because I guess he called her last week, which is around this time that he was going to, I guess, profess his love again to Marissa. Yeah. And so on the necklace was her birthstone and his birthstone and an angel
in the middle, because that's how he viewed her.
And I felt a little choke at that point. Me too. Because I could only imagine what Marissa is thinking. And even the look on her face, like dead in the eyes, she's like an angel. Like, she's like, oh, my God, you've got to be kidding me. Now I feel even worse about myself and the situation. Ugh.
Because this is not just boy likes girl doesn't know how she feels. It's so much deeper than that on so many levels.
Yeah, it was way more intense, especially on Johnny's end.
Yeah.
Than anyone realized. And it didn't go down well.
No. So we have the memorial ceremony at the beach. It's really beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Loved this. They have surfboards lined up. They have flowers. Sadie makes a speech. Everyone is going up and, giving flowers out. And in the distance, we see Volchuk.
Yes. Smoking a cig.
Uh-huh. And they set surfboard out to sea. And we also see Caitlin in the distance. Which, okay, this mini scene, Liz, I wanted to get your opinion on, because Marissa's like, oh, to Ryan. They're about to get in their car. They see Caitlin. And they're like, oh, look, Caitlin. And Marissa's about to go get her sister. And Ryan's like, oh, no, I'll do it.
Yeah, I was confused. But also, Ryan is always the fixer. And as we'll get into this scene, that's what Caitlin calls him.
I get it, but also, I don't know. I feel like I'd be like, no, it's fine. Like, let me go get my sister. I don't know, went through this together. I know Ryan was there, but
Yeah, I think maybe he's just trying to take the pressure off Marissa as much as he can.
yeah.
But he ultimately goes to talk to Caitlin, and Caitlin is blaming herself, which seems to be the trend in the episode, but then immediately flips the switch on Ryan, saying, and Ryan said, well, it's not your fault. If anything, it's my fault. She's like, yeah, it is your fault. You let him fall. And he's like, listen, I'm not going to do this shit with you.
Right.
Like, let's just go. And she's like, stop trying to fix everything. This is not a fixable situation. Which she's right in that aspect. Because Ryan exhausts trying to fix things all the time.
I know.
And so does Marissa, actually. They're very similar in that way. But Ryan does it, I guess, a little bit more in your face about it.
More aggressively?
Yeah, more aggressively.
Yeah.
And Caitlin doesn't respond to aggressiveness. If anything, she gets even more aggressive. So
yeah,
that wasn't a good pairing. But yeah, I also was like, Marissa and Caitlin should mourn as sisters because they were there together.
Yeah.
But I guess Ryan was there too. So yeah.
After the beach, they head to the memorial at the bait shop, which, hey-o, bait shop. It's nice to see you that you hold things like this. But Seth and Ryan, they're discussing Valentine's Day because Valentine's Day is tomorrow. And Summer and Marissa are also discussing Valentine's Day. And neither parties have plans nor are in the mood for it.
Right.
And this is also the first Valentine's Day that Ryan and Marissa are actually together.
Right. They're actually a couple. And it's so far from Marissa's mind, at least at this point. But Ryan is like, all right, well, I guess we should do something. It is the first Valentine's Day we are together. And as much as Marissa might not say that she might say she doesn't want to do anything internally, he's like, well, maybe she does because it's a romantic holiday and we really haven't been intimate or been like basically alone is what he was saying together. Yeah. So he feels like this is something they desperately need, and Marissa just doesn't even want to deal with it.
Right. While this is all happening, Volchuk shows up and he approaches Sadie.
Yeah, interesting that Volchuk knows Sadie.
Interesting, right? Like, what's going to come of that? But they're talking, and he's actually being sweet.
He's being like, civil. He wants to talk.
He feels bad, obviously. And she's like, you don't have to be here. And of course, Ryan sees this and automatically gets defensive. And he's like, what are you doing here? Is he bothering you? Like, get out.
Yeah.
And kicks him out.
Because Volchuk is his red button at all times. And as soon as he sees him in the vicinity of where this special moment is supposed to be for everyone, and obviously him and Johnny had such, a bad relationship, he's like, get out of here. I bet it didn't even matter if it was Sadie or if it was like anyone else in there, but he's just like, he needs to leave because he's not welcome here.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't have mattered. Either way, you're out.
Right, get out.
But Ryan and Sadie, they do talk. He compliments her on her speech, and she talks about how she feels like so many people in her life have passed away, her dad, her dog, her best friend. And then she's like, well, actually, it's nice to meet you. I'm Sadie. So this is the first time they're officially meeting.
Right. And then Marissa comes over.
Yep.
And I guess Sadie put two and two together, like, oh, this is the boyfriend that she mentioned. And nice to, put a name to a face. And they go off and they leave Sadie. But they're like, oh, we'll catch up. Ryan says, catch up another time.
Yeah, because even Ryan, he's the one who makes the point of like, oh, well, we'll see you around and we'll have to, make a plan to see each other.
Yeah.
Like you could tell there was this lingering of, we'll try to be there for you in this way.
Right.
After the memorial, the Core 4 head back to the Cohen house, and this is a nice comedic relief of everything that's going on. Sandy's in the kitchen. He is going through the Victoria's Secret catalog.
Yeah, so
and
awkward.
It's so awkward because he's like right in the kitchen on
and then the kids
island.
Come in and they're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and he's like, oh, your mother, she circled everything she wanted and her sizes. And even Ryan and Marissa, they're like, I thought you don't like Valentine's Day. Mm-hmm. And Seth is like, oh, hey, can I borrow that catalog? Because I need to make up for what I've done. And Sandy's like, yeah, we'll see about that.
Yeah, it's awkward conversation.
It is awkward. Ryan and Marissa, they head into the pool house and they're laying on the bed. They're next to each other.
Yeah,
and
just relaxing. That's all Marissa wants to do is just like have a breather of everything.
Yeah, and probably just lay next to her person. Like silence means more sometimes.
Like let's just not speak. But then Ryan opens his mouth and said, "So what are we doing tomorrow?" Which now, actually, in this moment, if I was Marissa, I'd be like, shh. But let's not talk about anything right now. So I get why she immediately gets defensive about it. But I just had that revelation as I'm speaking to you now. But when I was watching it, I was like, okay, Marissa, like give the guy a break. He's trying to do something for you as a couple. But I guess at this point, she just wants to close her eyes and like fall asleep and not have to deal with anything in the real world. So.
Yeah, I know. I saw both sides too. I felt for Marissa because of everything that's happened in the past, 24, 48 hours. And here Ryan, he's just trying to move forward and she's not ready to move forward. And so she's not in the mood for Valentine's Day and they ultimately end up snapping at each other.
Yeah, and she said, it's just really hard for me. And he's like, it's hard for me too. And I was there. What do you think I don't understand?
Yeah.
And so she just storms out. And I was like, as I'm watching it, I'm like, yes, Ryan, I don't know what she thinks you don't get or what you can't talk about with her.
But I know, but I also feel that, I don't know, I get him trying to be like, what are we going to do tomorrow? But maybe it didn't really have to be a conversation of just take it day by day in terms of, listen, your friend just died. We just went through this. Maybe we should just like sit on the couch.
Yeah, I think he's just desperate and like
yeah.
pulling at whatever he can possibly get. And it was poor timing.
It was.
And he probably should have just said, after she said, let's talk about tomorrow, he probably should just let that go. But
yes,
he didn't.
He didn't. So the next day it is Valentine's Day and the pool house is so dark.
Yeah.
All the shades are closed down. Ryan is in there. Seth barges in and Seth's like, hey, so I heard, small town, good cell service. What happened? And Ryan's like, we were doing so well. And he's like, really? Like with the funeral and everything? Like you had a good day? Like that's not a good day.
He's like, well, it was, a decent day, I guess, that they've had in a while.
Yeah, but I like what Seth says because he says to Ryan, you should give her some slack.
Yeah, cut Marissa some slack. But like don't. He says that Marissa wants me to ignore her. He's like, she doesn't want anything to do with me. But Seth's like, no, don't stand for that. As much as she says she doesn't want to do anything for today, she's a girl and she probably will. So just like do something for her.
Right. Like give her some slack on like how she reacted.
Yeah.
But still celebrate Valentine's Day. It's not too late.
Right. It's not too late.
Yeah. Matt, as you guys remember, Marissa dropped off the hospital papers at the Newport group. Matt took care of them. So he ends up delivering them to Marissa. And he says like, hey, if you end up needing anything else, just give me a call.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm just there in general, which was so nice.
Yeah.
And then Marissa does, as Marissa usually does, admits that she was wrong. She's like, yeah, I started a fight.
Yeah.
And it didn't end well. And I don't think Ryan and I are going to celebrate Valentine's Day. But, like, I appreciate your help. And she's going to let Ryan have a cooling off period.
Yeah. And if we see her call Ryan, but then she doesn't leave a message. So she's like, oh, maybe I should say something. Maybe I shouldn't. So it's like that hesitancy, too, of like, oh, give space. I kind of need you near me, but I actually don't need you to say anything. Right.
It's like, I don't want to talk about anything, but I just still need you.
Yeah. Sandy, trying to be the good husband, he did go Victoria's Secret shopping, and he comes home from shopping and he sees Seth at the table, and turns out Seth also went shopping at Victoria's Secret.
Same exact bag, same shape. They put them both on the table.
I mean, we know what's going to happen.
You know what's going to happen there.
But Sandy and Seth, they play catch up, and Seth tells Sandy, like, I was caught in a lie. And Sandy's like, listen, like, kids lie all the time. A man is only as good as his word.
Right.
So you're a good man. Summer deserves a good man. Like, you know what you have to do. And Seth, of course, was being sarcastic in this moment. He's like, I am a good man? How did you know? Why didn't you tell me? But Sandy grabs his bag. He goes to deliver it to Kirsten, and she pulls out the lingerie, and it's obviously not what Sandy bought. It's, you know, like the pink, right?
line, yeah, for younger girls.
Yeah, it's a bra and underwear. And Kirsten's like, wow, this is a fantasy I never knew of.
And then you immediately go into Summer slapping Seth because Seth gives Summer Kirsten's lingerie, thinking that she's like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this? This is like so uber sexy. And what am I, an older woman? And it was funny.
And I can't even like fill out the
I can't even fill out the cups. And she's like, this isn't a good apology. Yeah. I want something more. Like, you need to blow my mind.
But he says, hey, I did make you a card. And she looks at a card, and it's a picture of Seth as Pinocchio.
Yes.
Drew.
Very cute.
It is. And it says, I cannot tell a lie. And obviously the nose is growing. And then inside says, Valentine, I love you. Which was very sweet.
Very sweet.
Ryan stops by to see Gwen because he feels he hasn't truly paid his respects to her. But Gwen knows of everything that Ryan has done for her. And he sees Sadie with the boxes. She's taking boxes out of her car because she is ultimately going to pack up Johnny's room so Gwen doesn't have to.
Yeah, which it's like, oh, that's a little soon, though, don't you think? Like, just one day after the service? I don't know. Yeah, maybe that was just me. I was like, well, I don't know.
Did you catch how she said that we have to share the heavy lifting?
Oh, no. Is that the title?
Like, ooh, title is in here. But there is a little flirtation here because she says, I might have to rethink me not asking for help because she comes off as a very independent person.
Right. And then she's like me, who's like, I don't like talking to people or being nice to people normally. Right. And so I usually pass up people trying to help me because I don't want to have to deal with like the small talk of it. It's usually awkward. She's like, but this isn't awkward. We're fine. And he helps her with the boxes. And there definitely is a little bit of flirtation, sort of.
Sort of. Not on his part.
No, not on his part. Yeah.
In like a friendly way of just, you know, like I said, how she's like, I might have to rethink me asking for help. You know, it was like, it can turn out good sometimes. Later that evening, we have the party going on. But before that, we have Caitlin. She's at home. And her and Julie, they're getting ready for the party. And Marissa is not going. She's watching The Valley. And she's not in the mood. And they hope that she will change her mind and come to the party. And Ryan ends up showing up. And Marissa's like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, she actually was shocked.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, I'm hoping I can convince you that you'll want to come to the party. And I also got you a gift.
Yes, very sweet.
Did you think it was a necklace or is it a bracelet? It's a necklace,
I was just going to say, do you think Sadie made it?
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Because he was like at Sadie's with helping Sadie, but now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think
weird.
that would be a little weird. But yeah, I think maybe it was a necklace, a bracelet.
A bracelet?
Yeah. It looks small.
Anyway, yeah, so she is not in the mood to go to the party, and he's like, fine, we'll hang out here. And she's like, listen, I just really need to be alone and be by myself.
I need some time.
Yeah, and he's like, when's the last time we were alone? And she automatically goes, oh, what do you mean, before when Johnny was around?
Yeah. Oh. And then she's like, you wanted him gone. You're glad that he's gone. And Ryan's like, I'm not even going to entertain this. Because she's obviously so just devastated over everything. And she's going through so many emotions. And she's not really thinking before she's speaking, as one does when they're grieving. And so she just loses it on him again.
Yeah, and he also is frustrated, so he storms out, and then she ends up putting the jewelry he gave her next to the necklace that Sadie made for her in her drawer. Yeah. Ooh. We finally get to the party, Sea, Sand, Stars by New Match.
I loved this party. It looked amazing. I wanted to join with like the string of lights, and then that really cool like lit up heart thing that they did at the end. I was like, wow, this is an awesome party.
And just the fact that it's on the beach, it looks so nice.
Yeah, and I love their logo, New Match, and the M is a heart. Mm-hmm. I'm like, wow, clever, promotion there. Funny that they're not a real matching service, but it would be cool for a logo if they were.
I know. We see Sandy and Seth. They make a joke about the Victoria's Secret mix-up. Justin ends up showing up to the dance, and Caitlin sees him in the crowd, and she's like, "There's no way this is a coincidence."
Yeah, and before he even comes up to her, I'm like, "Why is Justin here?"
How do you even know about this? Yeah. But she must have mentioned it. But she thinks it's sweet. She ends up introducing him to Julie, and Julie's like, "Oh, I'm Julie Cooper Nickel." And he impresses her because he's so polite. And she says, "Mom, listen, I think I'm going to go back and drive back to school with Justin, if that's okay." And she's like, "Yes, of course. I'll see you at Parents' Weekend." Caitlin ends up heading home. She's packing up her stuff, and her and Marissa, because Marissa's at home because she didn't go to the party, and they do exchange hugs. They do make peace. But she says, "Listen, Marissa, you need to figure out if you liked Johnny or not."
Yeah.
And Marissa's like, "Why does that matter?"
Right. She's like, it doesn't matter now. And Caitlin's like, "Oh, no, it matters the most now, because now like it's the aftermath of everything, and you're still trying to either work things out with Ryan or not. So you got to figure it out."
It definitely matters.
It definitely, yeah.
For sure. You have to see how you're going to process with all this.
Yeah, I just love her truths. She's always there for the truth.
Caitlin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. She can be very annoying as a little sister, but she's like has great
an adult to me, though. As much as she is childish with her actions, like her words of wisdom are very adult.
It's true. You have to. I mean, every episode she's been in, she's always spitting some kind of truth. We're like, okay, well, you're not wrong.
You're not wrong. Like the way you deliver it is probably not the best, but you're not wrong.
Yeah. Marissa ends up heading to the beach, and she sees Chili sitting by a bonfire by himself, and he's just getting drunk. And he's like, "You and me are the only two that understand what we're both feeling right now." And he does make a joke like, our emotional connection can turn into a physical one, which is funny.
Always got to put that in there.
Always have to put it in there. But it's nice that she got to at least spend time with him, with someone who knew Johnny,
right?
Back at the party, to set some scenes, we have Matt and Maya. They are talking. It looks like they're hitting it off, and it's going well. Seth approaches Neil about Summer, because it turns out that Summer brought her father as her date to this party.
Yeah, that's cute.
Which was sweet. And so he steals her away, and what he ended up doing is he wrote a confession on a cocktail napkin of all of his sins. And he's like, "If I ever screw up again, you can give this to my parents."
And she's like, "Okay, now we're getting somewhere."
She's like, this is pretty great. You might have rocked my world, and I am wearing your thong."
And he's like, "Oh, but actually that's my mom's." And she's like, "Ew."
Julie, we see her in this like gorgeous coat. I love her coat.
Me too.
And super funny, the waiter offers her oysters. Did you love this line?
This was my favorite scene of the whole episode.
And me too. And she goes, "I don't do oysters. If I'm going to swallow something that disgusting, there better be something in it for me."
Oh my God. I was cracking up for like a good minute. I'm like, that's the best. She's the best.
She has the best line. But Neil, he approaches Julie. He wants to talk. And she's like, "I get it. We probably just don't belong together." And he goes, "Well, no, it will just make what we're going to do complicated."
Right.
And
so she's like, what we're going to do. So he wants to progress with things.
Yeah, and then he asks if you will be my Valentine.
Finally, Neil. My God.
Finally, come on. I thought we were like past all of this.
Last episode, he's like confessing that he truly has feelings for her. It's like it should just be going unsaid that they're Valentines. Like, who else is he going to ask?
Right. But they do end up dancing, and it's really sweet.
Very.
Kirsten and Ryan have a chat, and I feel like we haven't seen them connect in a while.
We haven't really seen like the parents connecting besides like Sandy and Seth. We've been getting that a couple of times, but really like I feel like they're not utilizing Kirsten that much at this point, which is sad to me because I love her so much. But yeah, we don't really get the parents and children having like heart-to-hearts like an after-school special. But I mean, I feel like it was so necessary at this point because Kirsten has been the Cupid in this episode, and she's like the woman's perspective. So Ryan now ultimately can get her opinions on things.
Right. And he does, he says that him and Marissa have been fighting, and
Fighting
she's like,
a lot.
listen, she's like, it's not too late. You still can make a stop on your way home.
Yeah. And he does mention to Kirsten that he thinks Marissa might be lying to herself about her feelings for Johnny. And I'm like, yes, that's exactly how it looks to the audience. She definitely doesn't know what to do with those emotions. And even though she thinks that she doesn't have feelings, deep down she has to figure out what those feelings meant to her.
It's funny. I thought about this when I was watching a year ago. Sandy and Kirsten were going through this, denying their feelings for someone else with Rebecca and with Carter. And so I bet them watching what Ryan's going through with Marissa, they kind of are like, Kirsten in this moment is trying to guide because of what she went through, but also not want to tell the whole thing that happened.
Yeah. Like using her life experience as like an example, even though she's not really saying it.
Right. But Ryan doesn't end up going to see Marissa. He ends up showing up to Gwen's to help Sadie pack.
Yeah. Interesting. This was a little fishy to me. I was like, probably not the best choice, Ryan. Now you're like now you're sending out signals out there that to the universe, whoever catches them, No,
you're right. And if I was Sadie, my first question would be like, it's Valentine's Day. Why aren't you with Marissa?
Yeah, duh. I didn't even think about it that it was Valentine's Day. Just the fact that he's leaving a party and should be going to Marissa to talk to her. He goes to Sadie to help her.
Right. Exactly. And she's appreciative of his help, and he keeps talking about how he wished he could have saved him. And she's like, I'm sure you did the best you can, and life is completely out of our control.
Right. And she's had to deal with a lot of loss in her life, and her dad and her friend, her dog, now her cousin. So she is not a pro, unfortunately, but, she's seasoned at losing people, and she just has to chalk it up to that life sucks and this happens. And I think maybe that's why Ryan decided to go to Sadie, even though he should have probably went to go talk to Marissa. But I feel like nobody's asking him how he's doing. Everyone's just kind of asking Marissa how she's doing. So he, witnessed this too. And he was the one who was right there to almost save him, and he didn't. So out of everyone, to me, now coming to this realization as I'm speaking to you, he's probably going through it the most.
Good points, Liz.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
So maybe he went to Sadie to get a comfort of, tell me how I'm supposed to deal with death, and maybe like I need someone other than my girlfriend's perspective on this situation because we were both there for it.
And it's kind of like how Marissa, she sought out Johnny because Ryan was there for the shooting of Trey, and she needed an outside perspective of someone who was opening up.
It's exactly the same thing. And
right.
And foreshadowing, like pretty much the same sort of, not the same situation, but
a little bit.
it kind of leads to people getting expectations of why you're seeking out their, you know, advice. So interesting. I never thought of it until this moment. So
yeah. While they're cleaning up, Volchuk ends up showing up to the house, and we see a little bit more. And he's like, "Listen, I just want to talk to you, Sadie." And she's like, "I don't want you here right now. You need to go." And of course, as she's closing the door, Ryan sees who's outside.
Yeah, and he's like, "What are you doing here? Out of all people, I'm shocked to see you here."
Yeah.
But Volchuk, he's like, as much as I think his intentions are maybe good, he still has that stupid sly personality of like,
of course, he's an asshole.
You're going to call the cops. You know what's going to happen, right? You're not going to do it. And just tormenting her with that. But I'm interested to go into that more because it's obvious that they have a past together. And so as the audience right now just meeting Sadie, now you're like, oh, wait, now she knows Volchuk. How does she know him? To what extent? So this is exciting because I don't really remember. I remember a little bit, but not where I think it's going to go. So,
yeah. So the episode does wrap up with we see Volchuk outside and Ryan looking at him through the window. And then we shoot over to Marissa. She ends up taking the necklace out of her drawer. She is at home and she holds it and she's just crying.
Yeah. She like lays on her bed with it and she's just... Because this is after Caitlin said to her, look, you need to figure out what you want to do with your feelings. And so I guess that was her only way of feeling like connected to him. Yeah. And just, she lost it. I mean, I don't think she has really cried yet.
No.
But did you notice at the funeral, though, Johnny's mom, she was walking down with Sadie and she like literally stops dead in her tracks to look at Marissa?
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know if she was... it couldn't be that she's so angry because Marissa's been at the house.
Right. I was like, oh, is she like feeling some type of way towards Marissa in this
How could you not, though? How could you not? Out of everything, like... I mean, again, life is out of our control, but it's just interesting how you start hanging out with one person and so many bad things happen to you.
Yeah.
And not that it's that
she's that
person's
trigger.
fault.
She's just that downward spiral, unfortunately, was when he met Marissa.
Right.
And now I can only imagine what's going through Gwen's head, a million emotions, but it's like, look at this girl. She's amazing. She's beautiful. And my son was so in love with her, even without him telling me. I know he was. And she didn't reciprocate those feelings, and look at all the stuff that has happened since he's known her. I can only imagine like how she feels towards Marissa. Like on a positive note, yes, she's helped me out so much, but also maybe she's guilty. And
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So it's just awful situation.
Oh gosh. All right. So we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with our... Welcome back from break. We're going to get into our segments. We're going to have some trivia with Tish. Hey, ladies. Really glad you're continuing the podcast while social distancing. It's a welcome distraction during these times.
Thank you. Same for us.
Yes, same for us. You have no idea. 315 For the Widows in Paradise song by Sufjan Stevens is featured in this episode and is ranked number 20 on OC Best Music Moments playlist.
It's a great song. Great song.
It's so good. This episode includes 3 of the actors from the movie Twilight. Cam Gigante, Nikki Reed, and Jackson Rathbone.
I think it's funny how they're all in the same episode.
I know.
And we've talked about how they're all on the show at this point, but now they're all in the same episode.
I know, it's really funny. The OC and Twilight Saga have something else in common. They share the same music producer, Alexandra Petsavas.
Oh, interesting.
Caitlin says Death Cab is on the Valley. I'm never listening to them again. She is obviously referring to when Death Cab appeared on the OC and many of their fans were upset.
Yeah, I could assume.
Apparently some fans of Death Cab were upset that the band went on a popular teen show. Some fans called them a sellout. However, the band attributed being on the show to some of their success.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Ryan is TV.com's MVP.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay. Thank you, Tish.
Thanks, Tish, as always.
As always, let's go over to our girl at MuseChick on Instagram, our girl Vic. Hey, ladies, I hope you've had a safe week, and thank you for continuing to do the podcast.
You're welcome.
Oh my God, Jasper and Rosalie in the same episode. This episode was sad. I hate that Marissa and Ryan fought earlier, but I was glad he showed up later. I thought they were going to make up. I get that Marissa is grieving, but talking to Ryan the way she was talking to him was mean.
Definitely.
I mean, telling him he's glad that he's gone. I'm glad Summer and Seth are finally okay in time for Valentine's Day, so Minnie Cooper left with Justin. If she would have gotten back with him, this whole Johnny drama wouldn't have happened.
It's true.
I thought the midwinter break was weird, but in this tiny town I live in, the kids have a winter break 1 week in February. Does that mean she was there for a whole week?
Huh. It seemed like she was there for longer.
Yeah. LOL, I'm loving Julie and Neil. Newly, right? When he asked her to be his Valentine, it was so sweet. Some questions. Do you think Marissa thinks she did feel something for Johnny, or she's just feeling so guilty that she's always confusing herself?
I think she is coming to terms with the fact that she felt something. I'm so torn by this because
Me too.
This whole time I felt like she didn't feel anything for him other than a friendship and this, we always say, like magnetic attraction to him because they understood each other and went through similar things. And I think, again, like she liked the attention. I don't know if she ever allowed herself to truly look at him in a romantic light. And so therefore, I can't imagine her thinking that after he's passing. I just don't think that she just ever felt it. I don't know. But I do think she felt something, but I don't think it was romantic. I think she just felt like such a deep connection to this person that was there for her in a time where she really needed it. And like sometimes that changes you a little bit. And like you don't feel the same way as we can see about maybe Ryan. She's not feeling the same way because someone else is opening up her eyes to something else. But I don't think, I don't know. I'm so torn. I'm so torn. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that Marissa liked Johnny? Do you think that a part of her maybe did? I want to know what everyone else thinks because I'm on the fence. I truly don't know what to think.
I know, I'm on the fence too. And like you said, I think she felt something, whether it's romantic or slightly romantic or just slightly more than just a friend, but not necessarily in a, just to use the term again, romantic way. There was something there. Do you think Ryan was going to go look for Marissa instead of going over to see Sadie?
At the end of the episode?
Yeah.
No, I don't think he had any intentions on going to see
No,
Marissa.
but did you think he was going to go see her?
Oh. Did I think?
At first, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I mean, I could have assumed that's where he was going.
And especially since Kirsten's like, you still have time. You can fix it. What is your ideal Valentine's Day date?
Oh, my God. Well, this past Valentine's Day was great. Randy and I literally had a bottle of wine together. We made homemade seafood fra diavolo. Right? Yes, I cannot think of the term. We made that. We just like watched a movie. It was super relaxed. We didn't put any stress on like presents. It was like a very low key. I love that. Like low key making things together, like just memories. You don't have to do like this extravagant thing.
Yeah, that's Aunt and I have always, Valentine's Day, we've always made each other something very sweet. We've always made dinner and dessert and just had a super low key, no frills, but still celebrated.
Right, like you treat yourself.
Yeah, and right, exactly. And we've had a couple of really sweet, we used to make forts. And I think my favorite Valentine's Day gift Aunt has ever given me was he surprised me with a cat condo.
Oh.
Like like at the pet stores, you can get cat scratchers that are like, 3 levels or so forth. He built one from wood and then carpeted it.
Yeah.
And I was like blown away. I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. But we've had a couple good ones. In fact, this past Valentine's Day was the first Valentine's Day we went out. But we did it really chill, and we just went and played trivia, and it was all Valentine's Day trivia with other friends and couples, and that was really fun,
Yeah, that's like a fun time, too.
Yeah. Just low-key, nothing
Definitely.
too big. Okay, we're going to go over to at AAW3115, Alicia on Instagram. Hey there, happy recording night. I honestly didn't think last week sounded too bad at all.
Oh, thank you. We're super hypercritical on ourselves. So.
Yeah. She says, you don't give yourselves enough credit. It was great.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Poor Marissa, my heart hurts for her. She's so devastated, and rightfully so. I think by the end of this episode, it was pretty clear to me that she and Ryan need a break.
Yeah, I say so.
They are not communicating at all, misunderstanding each other, and just pushing one another away. I'm unsure how I feel about Sadie right now. I really liked her the first time I watched, but I'm so team Marissa and Ryan this time around that I'm frustrated by the fact that Ryan went to see her on Valentine's Day rather than try one more time with Marissa. Were you surprised Ryan went to see Sadie after his conversation with Kirsten, which I really liked, by the way? It was a cute moment.
Same. Yeah, I mean, we did touch upon it before. I was actually surprised that he did go to see Sadie, but it makes sense to me, and I'm trying to put myself in his shoes and try and think of how he would be thinking at that point.
Like the way you put it definitely makes sense. I think, though, not everyone would see it like that, and it is surprising for Ryan to just like put himself first instead of trying to fix his partner.
Doesn't ever put himself first. He's always the fixer, just like Sandy's always the fixer. But it's this time it was like I have tried for this past like year to make things work with my girlfriend, and so many things have just knocked us down, and like maybe we can't come back from it, and that's okay.
Yeah. Go Seth for coming up with a great apology to Summer. Such a clever idea. I like how Summer pushes Seth to be better, but also scary because if he messes up again, he's done for. What do you think was also on that napkin?
Oh my God. Well, Sandy and Kirsten don't know exactly what happened to their car that one time, right? From
when they went to go see the IMAX.
What else could be on there?
I don't know.
I'm trying to think of the things that Seth has done. Besides the weed thing, nothing is coming to my brain at the moment. But obviously, like not going to the interview, they don't know about that.
Right.
They know about the mall situation.
Right.
Which is so silly. I don't know. I think that's all that I can think of at the moment, but
yeah. Also thought the lingerie mix-up conversation between Seth and Sandy at the kitchen was great. I enjoyed these moments. Do you like the necklace Sadie made for Marissa from Johnny? I thought it was beautiful. And what do you think Marissa was thinking when Sadie gave her the necklace? And what do you think she was thinking at the end of the episode when she was holding it? I think this necklace symbolized like, holy shit, I'm more fucked up than I thought.
Yeah. I thought it was a beautiful necklace.
No, I did too. It was really pretty.
Yeah, I think it was perfect for the situation. And if it was me that got that in high school, I think I would have really cherished it if it was from someone that I cared about, which Johnny is someone she cares about. But what was the second part of that question about the necklace?
What do you think the history is between Volchuk and...
Oh, well, I mean, she seems to be a very close cousin to Johnny, so I'm assuming she has visited multiple times in her life, and as we know, Volchuk and Johnny were competed against each other in surfing, so they did cross paths quite a bit. Volchuk does go to their high school, right? Or does he not? I think we couldn't remember how old Volchuk was.
I thought he was older than that because Sadie graduated.
Right. So maybe he's Sadie's age and he's like a year older than everyone else.
Yeah.
So I'm obviously something romantic happened there. That's all I'll say.
Okay. Thank you, Alicia.
Thank you
she
so
says,
much.
I feel like there's more, but I'm short on time. I'll be better prepared next week. No, you're fine.
You're totally
Thank
great.
you. Let's go over to our girl, Nicole and Shelton 516, our newbie watcher.
Yes.
Questions, comments for heavy lifting. I know you guys have talked about this before, but did all the Twilight actors get their start in the OC?
Seems as though.
I like Nikki Reed, and seeing her also reminded me of her on 13. Have you guys seen that? I haven't.
I have seen that. That's also with Kristen Stewart. And and no, maybe it's Rachel Evan Wood. Is that her? Why did I think Kristen Stewart was in it? I think it's her, Rachel Evan Wood. Maybe? You guys correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like Kristen Stewart was in 13, but now I'm thinking that it's Rachel Evan Wood. But it's definitely like a coming of age movie. The girls are, experimental, and they're understanding their newfound
sexuality.
Yeah, like their puberty and going through all the things that girls go through. So it's a good movie. It's been a really long time since I've seen it.
So what's up with Caitlin? Now that Johnny is gone, she would gladly take attention from Justin. I remember you saying she stays longer, so I'm curious to see what brings her back to Newport. It's funny because Caitlin does say, like, I will be back.
I know.
And
I'm like, famous last words. I'm like, foreshadowing. She will be back.
Right. I also love Julie and Neil's relationship. If they just get over this crap and just be together.
Yeah.
I like Jill for a ship name. Okay, I like Jill. Jill and Newly, right? We were talking about. Also, can't wait to see more of Sadie and wondering what's going on between her and Volchuk since he keeps coming around. I think that's all for now.
Thanks, Nicole.
Thank you. All right. We're going to go over to @Del_Vasto. Our buddy Mike. Ooh, he wrote a good amount.
Yes.
Love that. Hey, happy remote recording. Hope you are doing okay. Bye, Johnny. Enjoy the island. Tell Oliver Marissa says.
Oh, my God.
I just had to read that with like some sass. Like, see ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Speaking of Johnny, Marissa, I'm so surprised that Sadie thought she was Johnny's girlfriend. Not. But I beat this plot to death with my opinion, so I'm just going to move on. Based on the necklace Sadie gave Marissa, her birthday is either February or June, and Johnny's is August based on birthday.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Nice. Thank
Good pickup,
you.
Michael.
We had Kiki's favorite holiday, and we heard her on the phone ordering a large amount of cinnamon hearts. Are the two of you a yes or pass on the hearts? I'm a yes.
The cinnamon hearts, I love them. And you know what's good? You can make applesauce with them.
Yes, your mom does that.
Yes. Actually, my aunt, my dad's brother's wife, growing up, always made applesauce, and all she does is, boil the apples and put that in. And every year for Christmas, I'm like, can I just have that as my present? Because it's so good. So highly recommend, guys, if you have not tried that, all you have to do is put the cinnamon hearts melted in your apples and make the best applesauce ever. Like, ever.
He continues with, I enjoy them, but I know some people who can't stand them. It's true. I know people who either love it or hate
I think a lot of people don't like cinnamon. I happen to love cinnamon.
Oh, me too. It looks like midwinter break is a real thing, as Justin was just there to take Caitlin back to school finally. Quotes of the episode. Not even a little see-through? Sandy. Inside, my manly interior beats the heart of a 14-year-old girl.
Yes.
Seth. I sharpened my bamboo sticks. Judy.
Yes, Julie.
P.S. I made a nice snack for this episode. Fresh baked toffee cookie sandwiches with Rolo ice cream in the middle.
I'm going to cry. Can you send that?
And it involves the heavy lifting of bringing it to my mouth. This is fantastic. I think I'm going to take suggestions. So I didn't prepare a snack tonight as I don't have anybody to feed and eat with me. There were two snacks that I did have in mind, though. One, I thought of having a coconut beer in remembrance of Johnny. But then as I was talking to Aunt about it, I'm like, he died because he was drunk?
Yeah.
Maybe not great. And then I thought I would do chocolate-covered strawberries because it's Kiki's favorite holiday and Valentine's Day.
Yum. Love that.
But I absolutely love that this was your snack of the week, and I'm going to share that.
So he made toffee with ice cream in the middle?
He made toffee cookie sandwiches.
Oh, my God.
And then he put Rolo ice cream in the middle.
Did you whole make the Rolo ice cream, or that's a thing? I didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't know either. And then says that it involved heavy lifting and bringing it to my mouth.
Oh,
this is amazing.
Gotcha. Oh my God. Seriously. My mouth is pooling with saliva.
Same. I want Rolo ice
Oh my God. I
cream.
want it so bad.
He goes, that's it for the regular pod. And then he sent stuff for After Dark. So thank you. And just some music in this episode. We had Sufjan Stevens, Electric President, Rocky Vodolato, and Sunkill Moon. And that's all we have from our friends on Instagram that has to do with this episode. I do want to shout out P-Rock Princess. You may have known this already, but I only found out today, and everyone in my life has a know the OC talk rule because I am very annoying and don't know how to casually enjoy anything. But the band Sugar Ray is from Newport Beach, and since I found out 6 years ago, I cannot stop imagining. I freaking love this community so much. She says, and since I found out 6 hours ago, I cannot stop imagining how much Seth would absolutely despise Mark McGrath, and it brings me so much happiness. So
I love Mark McGrath.
I do too, but it's so funny because Seth would like absolutely hate him.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he would. He would hate anything pop. Like, they weren't really pop per se, but I don't think that's his like genre of music. So yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, and that Sugar Ray's from Newport Beach. That's very funny. And then says, P.S. I can't wait until you get to season 4 because hot take, it's my favorite season.
Huh. Wow.
Cannot wait to hear that.
Definitely.
Okay, so let's go into some fashion.
Kirsten's robe, because always the best robes. I also had a Marissa robe, the gray robe when Matt comes to give her the folder.
Yep, and I also had Sandy's robe, too.
So many good robes.
So many good robes. I loved Marissa's bohemian style dress that she did wear to the memorial. Purple.
The purple with the brown, like had floral on it. I love that with the belt.
Yes,
looks so good. I had 2 long sleeve blue shirts for Ryan that I enjoyed. One was just like a casual crew neck kind of like, you know, you scrunch up the arms long sleeve shirt, and then one was a button down. He looked good in both.
Yeah. I love Julie's coat at the dance.
Same. I love that. I actually really liked Maya's shirt when she meets up with Kirsten. It's like it had an open back, and in the back was like the sequin bra. Did you catch that?
Ooh, I did not.
It was very saucy for a lunch. I was like, oh, okay.
Saucy for a lunch.
I also liked Marissa wearing that like floral t-shirt with the black shirt over it. I think when she goes to meet Sadie at the diner, I thought that was like very 2000s look.
Definitely. And as always, Ryan's leather jacket.
Always. Every single time I want to write it, but I'm like, it's so exhausted at this point, but I love it every time I see it.
Yeah, no. And then I gave a nod to Kiki's taste in neutral lingerie.
Mm-hmm. Very beautiful.
Tan with black or black with tan.
So funny.
You know. Yeah. Some quotes.
I have Ryan Atwood versus himself is a very ugly cage match.
Who knew women's panties are such a minefield? Don't say panties.
Yeah, I had don't
between Sandy and Seth.
Or when Julia says, yeah, but I got his attention.
Death and Valentine's Day, an unbeatable combination. Seth.
You're a late bloomer, and I get that.
Doctors are idiots. Summer.
You're like an adult, says Caitlin.
Yeah, that was really funny.
And then you have to give the nod. If I'm going to swallow something that disgusting, there better be something in it for me. I mean, I took the time to write that entire thing in my notes and then type it out again. I was like, yes, this is getting in the episode.
That was by far my favorite quote of this episode.
And then I also had not even a little see-through.
Yeah.
Or being nice is an effort for you. And I put relatable. So true. I think you're doing great, kiddo. That just
I know.
made me warm my heart.
And then when Sadie says life is completely out of our control.
Totally.
All right. How is your MVP?
I think everyone, including you, will be surprised by my MVP.
I think everyone is going to be surprised by my shittiest.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Okay. MVP.
All right. Yep.
Three, two, one. Caitlin.
Seth. Caitlin.
Yes.
Okay, she was good in this episode.
I felt her to be very good in this episode, and I'm like, she's just giving the straight up truth, bitch. Like, that's who she is, and I'm living for it. She did soften her walls a little bit. I don't know if the whole, I was going to call him Johnny, Justin thing is because she actually likes him or it's because she likes the intention, but he did make her smile. Finally, she's smiling. I feel like she's just always in an awful mood, but I was happy to see her kind of make a little bit of a change this episode. So I just love how she spits the truth, no matter what, no matter if she's hurting someone in the process, but I just enjoyed her. You pick Seth?
I did pick Seth. I picked Seth because he was, as he usually, well, not usually, because now I feel like Julie's become the comedic relief.
Definitely.
But he was very funny this episode, and I like the advice he gave to Ryan about give her some slack, but also don't give up. She has gone through something, and he finally does tell Summer, and I felt that the Valentine's Day gift he did come up with was a really good idea.
Yeah, I think so too.
So that's why I chose that.
That's great. My shittiest, I really struggled on.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do a cop-out, I think.
Okay.
Ready?
All right.
Three, two, one. Volchuk.
Ryan.
Volchuk. Yeah, Ryan. I felt that.
But okay, so before we spoke and we talked about why we think and why you thought, and you really made sense of why he went and saw Sadie, I just felt that I understand that he needs to take time for himself, and the way you explained it made a lot of sense. However, I feel that, I don't know, man, like if I lost someone close to me on that level, I would hope that my boyfriend on Valentine's Day wouldn't go over somewhere else. Even though I told him not to come, but maybe, I don't know, I didn't like how he handled certain things of like, why can't you just get over this? Like, I know I was there too, but why can't you just talk about it? And it's like, we know Marissa, she needs time to process.
Yeah.
And like, but here I'm about to defend him because was it last week? Everything is like running into each other.
I know,
but
same.
She came to him and was like, I want to start over. I want us to be good again. It wasn't the last episode. And it was her trying, and he was like, I'm not ready.
Right.
So now he's like, you wanted to move on, but now a death happened. So
yeah, it just always seems to be that way for their relationship, unfortunately. Like, they do one step ahead, and then they get pushed like 5 steps back because so much heaviness and sorrow is put in their relationship, and they both don't deal with it the same. And like, granted, you know, there's no two people in the world that deal with grieving the same. So Ryan's like trying to move past it, and then at some points Marissa's trying to move past it, and they just are not matching up with the times that they're trying to move past. It's like, it's just not happening for them. So I totally get where you're coming from. You know, gut initial reaction, I almost wanted to even put Marissa down, and then I was like, no. I understand she's grieving and she's going through so much, and the way that she's treating Ryan is not really wrong as much as it hurts to watch it, but he needs to give her some space. And I think she finally was able to say, like, I need the space now. Let's not talk about this again for a while.
True.
But I picked Volchuk as a cop-out. He's just being a pest. And that's really all I have.
No, it makes sense. I think, though, given the time of day, he would have had a good conversation with Sadie if he wasn't being triggered by his red button, who's Ryan.
Definitely. Yeah, I think once we develop a little bit more of that, we will see where Volchuk is coming from. So it just wasn't necessary yet in this episode.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Patron of the week.
Woo!
Yay!
It's patron of the week.
Patron of the week.
It's patron of the week. Who will it be?
It's patron of the week.
So patron of the week this week is a new face to our network. Her name is Ava, and we're so excited to have her a part of the network. She lives in California, actually. She's from San Fran, so I named her Sunny Ava.
Oh, cute. So cute.
Because I feel in this dark time, she was like a ray of sunshine to come in, and she responded to the email that we sent when she first joined the network, and she told us a little bit about herself, and she loves the OC, so you will definitely get to talk to her about it. I'm looking forward to her sending questions and comments each week. But she also has seen and has now caught up on most of the podcasts we have on the network. So we're just so thankful to have her as a new addition to the family. And we're just excited to meet you. So thank you so very much.
Love that. Love it.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Oh, brother. I'm excited.
Oh, brother, where are
Oh,
they?
brother.
Lists, friends,
everyone.
Here's your haiku for season 3, episode 16, The Road Warrior. Unexpected pair on the road with a mission. Volchuk makes his move.
Well, obviously there's a road trip going on. Unexpected pair, though. I think I know who the unexpected pair is, but maybe I'll save it for after dark. Where are we going? I think it has to do with something with Johnny, because you don't just pick up and leave if you're not like trying to finish up loose ends, I feel.
Yes, very good.
Yeah, so that's I'm assuming Ryan is a part of this, because as we saw last episode, him and Sadie are forming this little bond. So I think, or I know, that the two of them go on a road trip together to sort out things that come up with Johnny. Volchuk, though, maybe he wants to tell Sadie how he feels like right before Ryan and her leave for this road trip, and now she's like conflicted with her feelings.
Ooh, okay.
But other than that, Seth and Summer, hopefully they're on the up now. Still have to find out what colleges they're getting into. That should be coming sort of soon.
Yes, that's right.
Sandy and Matt, I'm hopeful this hospital thing is done with, but I'm assuming that they'll still have issues to deal with that. I would love to see more Kirsten, as always. Julie and Neil, this is exciting. I love this pair together. I'm excited to see how this progresses, even though I sort of remember how it progresses. And yeah, I don't think Caitlin's going to be in the next week's episode, but she's not gone forever, I'll tell you that. And that's really all we got for the main crew. Well, Marissa, what's Marissa doing? I think
she's good stuff.
Yeah, she's going through it, and I think she's just going to lash out at the people that love her the most, and maybe she'll find an unlikely pairing towards the middle to end of the episode.
Nice. Okay, good job.
Okay, thanks.
I like that. Okay, so quick announcement. We were informed by a couple of you, and then as I watched this week on Hulu, the OC is leaving Hulu. And when you guys listen to this episode, it'll be gone in about 2 days.
Yeah, so we're in panic mode right now.
We're in panic mode. It is moving over to HBO Max. This is what I was reading. And if you have HBO now, you'll be able to get HBO Max, but that isn't happening until May.
Right, which is like almost a whole month worth of content that everyone
be
needs
missing.
to figure out.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to still cover it. I have DVDs.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tish.
Yes,
and
Tish.
I have my old box set, so I can give you my box set.
Oh, you're right.
Do you have a working DVD player?
I could probably put it in my laptop, right? my old Dell. My old Dell.
Yeah. So we'll figure it out, but we're still going to keep going. But we wanted to give you guys a heads up if you don't have the box set or if you don't own the episodes on Amazon Prime or something like that, because you can purchase them. Obviously, on iTunes, you can purchase there too. But we will cover, and then until May, for those who have HBO, you could rewatch with us. It's a super bummer. I'm like, why are we doing this now?
Right? Like, especially we're in a time of crisis. People need to rewatch their favorite TV shows because
I know.
the TV shows that are on now are probably stopping production for a long time. So who knows when that's going to come back. We need our old go-to shows. We need our Friends,
our comforts,
our Office, OC, One Tree Hill, Gossip Girl, all the good OG stuff. So
all of
sucks.
it. That's right. It does suck. But I hope you guys prepare yourselves for that. And if you're hearing this for the first time, yeah, it sucks. I'm like super bummed by this because that means I just can't until May just like go to my TV and be like, oh yeah, okay, let me flip this episode.
And you know what? I did read a couple of articles that had Gossip Girl on the list of moving over too. I don't know when that will be either. So who knows what we'll do.
That makes sense because HBO is redoing Gossip Girl.
Right, that too. Right, so that would make sense that would be the hub for them to move over. So everyone keep their eye out for that as well.
Yeah. But anyway, we hope you enjoyed this week's episode. We love hearing from you. If you'd like to send us a question or a comment, you can reach us at Let's Talk OC on all social media platforms. If you want to send us an email, letstalkoc@gmail.com. If you are an Apple Podcast listener, and if you would be into and be so kind to leave us a review, 5 stars is pretty great. No pressure, but we think that'd be pretty neat. And we will be back next week with a new episode. We hope you guys have a great week. Stay healthy. Stay safe.
Definitely.
Stay sane.
It's hard, but stay sane.
It's hard. Alrighty.
After dark / after hours.
After hours. Here we go.
Excited to hear.
I'll start off with some questions because I don't, like right now, I'm like, wait a minute. I totally forgot that Ryan ended up going to see Sadie.
Oh, at the end of the episode?
Yeah. And I'm like, this kind of like sets up a tone for what's to come.
Totally sets up a tone. I mean, there's no Marissa in sight, I think, after this point for him. So, like, and as far as romantic wise, like, there's no way they could come back from this, which is so sad.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go over Muse Chick, our girl Vic. She says, I had forgotten about Volchuk and Sadie.
Yeah, same.
Why he hates Ryan even more. I didn't even remember how Sadie and Ryan met. I felt like there was a quick connection, at least on Sadie's part. Honestly, I'm not looking forward to the next few episodes, even though there is some funny stuff coming up. Cue Taylor. There's also some stuff that makes me mad at the time. I cannot wait. Do you think if Sadie hadn't come, Marissa and Ryan would still be the way they are?
Yes.
Yeah, I do too.
100%.
If it wasn't her, it'd be someone else.
Exactly. And
then, do you think she still would have dated Volchuk? Because that all starts because her and Ryan are over.
I think she would too. I think it would be anyone that makes her feel like alive again. So, I mean, Volchuk, I know we do get to see a softer side of him as much as he is an asshole. But yeah, I think it really would have been anyone for either partner. Like, we're not destined to be together.
Like, we see Ryan and Sadie hanging out more next episode, and they do go on a road trip together.
Right.
And so this obviously is kind of hurtful towards Marissa.
Definitely.
So I think, but let's say Sadie wasn't in the picture. I think Marissa, the way she's acting, would have spiraled even more. I could see her like being on the beach and finding Volchuk and,
Yeah, regardless of who they both sought after, for the relationship, I don't think that Marissa and Ryan would have ended up together anyway, either way. But I do find it to be extremely hurtful on Ryan's part that I don't remember how it plays out, especially next episode. Like, I don't know how he tells Marissa they're going on this road trip, or I don't know how she reacts to it. I can't imagine she would act great towards it because they're on such an out right now. But I feel like
I don't actually remember. I know, it hurts me too. I don't actually remember, but it's like sane Marissa could be like, okay, yeah, I think that's great. But also, do you want me to tell you where they're going?
Yeah.
They're going to find Johnny's father.
Oh.
Yeah. So to me, I'm like, why wouldn't, and again, I don't remember the episode, but why wouldn't they just bring Marissa along?
Yeah. But
if there wasn't some kind of connection.
Right. So, yeah, it's like a little sneaky now at that point, which doesn't sit well with me.
No. Mike, he had some after dark questions and comments. I'm confused on the whole Sadie and Volchuk backstory. I'm pretty sure we are led to believe they dated. Does that mean Sadie used to live in Newport, but she said she is from Oregon? Is this a plot hole?
Yeah, I think the plot hole to me is I think that they just assume that Sadie is Johnny's very close cousin, and so she was always around maybe growing up, and maybe she did at one time live in Newport and then they moved back, or they seem to be very close.
Yeah, I think they definitely, I don't know, I thought they dated, and I asked Ant, and he's like, no, they did date.
Well, yeah, because that's what they make you think, especially in this episode, he's trying to talk to her. Right,
it's just... or maybe they hooked up.
Yeah, maybe it was like one summer that they hooked up, and maybe it didn't end well, and now he's like regretful of that.
Right. Last week after dark, Michelle mentioned Taylor coming on the show to help with the transition of Marissa leaving. When I told you my top 5 and bottom 5, I had Taylor on my bottom 5, and that is why. I don't like that Taylor appeared out of nowhere and they acted like she was there all along. This becomes prevalent with the mermaid poem. That's true. It was random. It would have been nice that we have heard her name mentioned in previous seasons. I agree with that. There is a flashback that happens with the mermaid poem.
I was going to say the mermaid poem is
because Seth, he recites the mermaid poem, and it's a poem that Summer wrote.
Oh.
And Taylor, she's in the flashback. I don't know if any of you watched Scrubs. Oh my God.
Of course.
Scrubs. But there was a similar plot with Elizabeth Banks' character. They explained us not seeing her before she was wearing a wedding ring. They did all these flashback clips and digitally added her in it. It was funny, but at least we had a fitting reason for why we never saw her.
Right.
Whereas Taylor just appeared.
Yeah.
Yeah. She should have been a new transfer or something, but that would have changed the Marissa getting kicked out plot. I get that Marissa was leaving, so they need someone to be in the core 4, but I think they should have brought back Anna.
Definitely.
It could have worked out well, her being at Brown with Summer and coming back to Newport during the holidays and trying to help Summer and Ryan with Marissa's death. That's just my thought. I think that would have been great.
Yeah, I thought that would have been great too.
Because they do bring Anna back.
They do. I mean, it's not like long-lived though.
No, it's not. But they do. And he goes, this is why she's in my top 5. I think they could have utilized her for season 4, but no, they had to give us Che.
Oh my God.
Instead. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm done ranting now. Please keep up the good work of keeping me entertained each week. Last week or the week before, the two of you commented that you guys rambled for a really long time and that the episode was long, but honestly, it could have been a 5-hour episode and I'd be here for it.
Love you. Thank you so much.
Just like Michelle, I love everything about the OC. I could talk about it for hours, and of course, I could listen to people discuss it for hours on end. Every episode I listen to, you guys make comments that strike ideas out of my head, and I always regret that I didn't add more to the comments I send. That's me. It for me rambling. Have a good week and stay safe.
Always
Mike.
the way, right?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank
I know,
you so
always.
much, Mike.
I think that's all we have for After Dark, actually.
Cool.
So how are you feeling? I feel like I've said it now for a couple episodes where I don't really remember. I mean, now that Johnny's death is done, I'm like, holy shit, I can't wait to see again how Marissa and Volchuk actually get together.
Yeah, I mean, and if you don't remember, there's no way in hell that I remember any of it. So I'm excited to see how everything plays out again, because I truly do not remember. I remember Marissa and Volchuk together. Obviously, I remember Sadie and Ryan together, whom I really did like at the time when I first watched it. I'm interested to see how I feel this time around. Yeah, I don't know. What the hell? I mean, we're on next week's episode 16, and remind me how many is in this season. Is it 24?
I believe so. Let me Google again because
I know
every time
and I can never remember for Gossip Girl either.
I'm like, why can't you just remember 25?
25. Okay. So we're about almost 10 weeks ish, a little less than 10 weeks away from it. Yeah, and it's so funny how it kind of ended up the same way for Gossip Girl too, like on our podcast. Weird, but
I know. We're kind of going
same thing.
Yeah, equal pacing.
But I just wow. I mean, there's so much they have to do, and from now until the end of season 3, so much. But yet maybe not so much. But obviously, you know, it's the downward spiral of Marissa. So I personally am not looking forward to watching it, but I also am looking forward to remembering why we get there.
No, I feel the same way, and I also feel that this time around, since we are so pro Marissa and love her so much,
It's going to be hard.
That season 4 is going to feel, it's just different.
Yeah.
And it's almost like you have to look at it as kind of a spin-off show instead of
continuation. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's I don't know how else to describe it, but there, like I said, there are good parts of 4. It's my favorite Christmaka, but the reason it's my favorite Christmaka is because there's Marissa references.
Yeah.
And Ryan thinks he sees her in the airport, and there's this letter, and it's super meaningful, and there's a whole bunch of people that are together and they shouldn't be together, and I love it. So entertaining, but yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's rough, man.
It stinks, but
It stinks.
We'll go through it together as everyone else will be on the journey with us. So
Yeah. Yeah. And as I think about the rest of this season, like I'm trying to remember major parts, and it's like the only major parts I can remember are prom and the final episode. Maybe some other little things in between. I know when I watch, it's all going to come back to me.
Yeah.
But as of now, I'm like, oh, crap. Wow.
yeah, well, I'm excited for you to remember it too.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it'll be good. All right, Lissy. That's all we got. And I'll talk to you on Thursday.
Yeah. Bye.